Hi, I'm Rachel Salzberg, a mindset and leadership coach and founder of the movement and podcast series, the ReSoul Revolution. I believe that every person has the potential to create a story of transformation about their life that's so great it serves as an inspiration and model to our families, our communities, and our organizations. This podcast series serves as a platform for people to have a voice, and it serves as an inspiration for you to write your story. It's my mission through this podcast series to help people to realize their potential by resouling and connecting with themselves, and then resurging with confidence and empowered to share their gifts and purpose with the world. Please join the movement by listening to the ReSoul Revolution.
Rachel, this is really exciting that we get to talk about your passion, your ReSoul Revolution project. Tell me a little bit about what it is. What is ReSoul Revolution?
So the ReSoul Revolution for me, I've been thinking about it for years, and I've kind of been thinking about it as in terms of my own journey. And really it's about finding myself again, and or maybe for the very first time, and resurging. And, going into some dark places, but resurging, but becoming my best self and developing the mindset, developing and finding the essence of who I am and being true to myself and understanding those limiting beliefs that really were not serving me and kept me stuck and paralyzed with a lot of fear, doubt, worry, anxiety. And then to come out the other side through my own work. And that really was about eliminating those places where I felt stuck. And, there were places where I was doing things because I thought I should, taking a job because I thought I should, seeking approval from others, beliefs of, I should be far enough along. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. These were all belief systems that were pretty unconscious. I didn't even realize that they were going on in the background. And so, and there was a point of which in my life that I didn't want to feel that way anymore. And I love hearing people's stories of transformation and resilience. And so what is the ReSoul Revolution? It was not only kind of describing my own journey and what happened to me, but also talking to inspirational people about what meaningful success looks like. What is success? How do you define it? And it's really three things: mindset, and understanding my core values, and the strengths that I have and my natural talents and gifts. And how that aligns with my purpose, and then how that gives me confidence to take inspired action. And so it's really a 3-step process.
So tell me more about who you are. Who are you, Rachel Salzberg? How did you get to doing this ReSoul Revolution?
As I say, as I found my path, I wanted to help others find theirs. And I spent, the good portion of my, I would say first half of my life, experiencing a lot of anxiety, depression, doubt, fear, lack of confidence. And I was really curious about why that kept happening for me. And I would go into job situations, oftentimes because I thought I should. It was the next logical step. After my MBA program, I moved from Boulder, Colorado to Seattle, and I got a job. I was working with very smart, driven people. But what happened to me was I got intimidated. And I was like, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. And even more importantly, I didn't even care, but I tried to fake it. I didn't even know you had to be passionate about what you were doing. And I remember sitting down in a performance review, and a manager said, great skill set, but where's that fire? And I was like, wow, I didn't even realize that you needed to have that. And I thought I was really good at faking it. And so I got really curious about that. And what happened was I kept going from job to job thinking, well, this will be better. This will be better. But what I realized it was what I loved doing was helping, being authentic, helping build teams, working with clients, building those relationships, being on that human level. And I also got really curious about what made an effective leader. And I ended up meeting a coach. She was pivotal in my life. And I was kind of at a crossroads. I'm like, this is kind of closer what I want to do, but I still felt like there was something more. And so I ended up going through the coaching process with her to really to understand what was my mindset, what was holding me back through fear. And my own lack of confidence. And it was also about developing and articulating your sense of purpose. What do you stand for? How do you come across to others? Being true to you. What are your natural talents and gifts? And how do you align with them and be confident in that? And I remember sitting, I was asked to do my first workshop, and it was in front of a number of women executives, exactly the type of women who I would actually be very intimidated by and crumble. And my coach said, how do you want to be? And I said, I wanted to be relaxed, calm, and confident. She's like, all right, envision yourself in that. And so I visualized that over and over again. And it wasn't perfect the first workshop, but I did it and I felt good. And I realized, you know what, I can do it again. And I actually love doing it because I told myself I never could public speak and or have a business of my own. And so that got me really curious about kind of my own growth, and then helping others do the same thing. I love individual coaching. I love helping, being a catalyst for change and transformation, to empower people, to guide people, to coach people. And then I also had this dream about writing a book and doing a podcast and doing kind of group settings and retreats. And so last year I had the opportunity to do my first retreat in Costa Rica. And from that, I developed a workbook called the ReSoul Revolution. And it really was about exactly what I've just said, like my own journey and kind of mindset. How do you resoul yourself? How do you find that passion and purpose? And then confidence to take inspired action to actually make it happen. And so that's where the ReSoul Revolution kind of stemmed from. And then this interview series really was a place where, you know, COVID kind of inspired it to, like, you know what, it's really about, I can't lead retreats. So let's share people's stories and let's have people inspire each other and share best practices. So that's kind of where it all stemmed from.
That's really amazing. I feel like there's a lot of people who are looking for that inspiration. And also, I mean, is there some kind of practical process that you can offer?
Yes. So the first thing is how to harness your emotions, right? And move from, worry, fear, anxiety into hope, expansion, positivity. And that takes practice. That takes building a muscle. And so in that, there's lots of tools I have, kind of not in my toolbox, but what I recommend to others. Some of that is meditation. Right. I listen to one of my favorite meditations right now is by Deepak Chopra and Oprah. And it's really about self-empowerment. And so having a guided meditation every single day about a different topic about empowering yourself. That's one way, one tool. The other part is writing about who you are and kind of the natural essence of who you are. When are you your best self? When are you in the flow? Visualizing and feeling that. And reading it over and over and over again. I have this journal that I carry everywhere with me, and I actually read a section of it every day of something that I've written in the past, because when are the best times of my life? And it's when I'm in nature, I'm working with people, and traveling. And so I really learn to kind of, what is it that makes me happy, right? And it's really about happiness, that joy. So you talked about internal freedom. When am I free? So rather than looking outside, it's inside. And one of the biggest things I realized was happiness is inside out. And so what brings you joy inside out? And then you can be anywhere and be happy. It's not looking at a situation or a person to make you happy. That's a condition. It's being happy unconditionally. And so finding what makes you happy, which is unique for everybody. And so being able to articulate that. Of course, exercise every single day, whether it's yoga. I'm an avid runner. I'm a hiker. I'm passionate about the outdoors. Being creative. I'm a jewelry designer too. I love being creative. So it's finding that essence of who you are, how you want to help people, and then the what can change. So now I'm a career and leadership coach. I'm doing this ReSoul Revolution interview series. And I've written a workbook, but it's all about helping people create from the soul within, finding themselves again. And so it's kind of looking back on those parts of your life when it just is inspirational, when you're in your flow, and keeping that present. And it's a ritual every single day. It's a new muscle. And the other most important thing here is there's kind of shifting mindset. It's like, what are those unconscious belief systems, the thoughts that become belief systems, that kind of endless chatter that you don't realize you're even telling yourself? I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not far enough along, whatever it might be that stops you. That keeps you stuck or paralyzed. And so creating awareness around that, and then creating a new belief system around that. How do you want to be? Right. And so for me, I wanted to be relaxed, calm, and confident. And I visualized that. And I also acknowledged a lot of, like, I was wanting to seek approval from people. I got intimidated with people. I compared myself to people, which kept me very limited. And so recognizing that and then shifting that new belief system, and it's just, they're not facts. I treated a belief system as a fact where I could create a new story. And then the other component to this was really understanding what my core values were. Like, what did I want and how did I want to live this life? It's really about flexibility. It's about creativity. It's about helping people. So understanding how I wanted to contribute to the world. So I keep that present every single day. It's not out of sight, every mind, but it's how I live it and be it every single day.
So what would be the one nugget of wisdom that you can tell us that can carry through this week?
That every day you're reborn, that every single day is a new decision to be you. And one of my favorite songs right now is by Xavier Rudd, Follow the Sun. And many moons have risen and many roots have fallen. The sun always rises. And so each day, get up and being in the moment of each day to be a new you, versus being a victim of what's happening in the world. And there's so much opportunity out there, and there's so much positivity, that it's a time to, if not now, when? Be your best self and make those decisions for yourself, and really, really be reflective now, and understand how you want to contribute to the world, and don't be afraid.
Great. Well, thank you, Rachel, for this time. I mean, we learned a lot about this ReSoul Revolution, and I know you'll be speaking. I mean, you have conversations with the real people who's gone through this with you. I can't wait to meet them. Can't wait to hear their story.
And it's just about giving people a platform to share their journey and share their experiences. And that's what's inspiring for me, inspiring for others. And that's what the world needs right now.
That's awesome. This is great. This has been a first episode of ReSoul Revolution interview series.
Thank you so much.
Please reach out to me if you have a story to share. We'd love to hear from you and how you created change in yourself and developed resilience, purpose, and confidence. You can inspire others to ReSoul, ReSurge, to shine and thrive. You can reach out to me at Rachel at facetscoaching.com or go to ReSoulRevolution.com. You can also subscribe to the ReSoul Revolution on your favorite podcast platform or on YouTube to hear more interviews with real people and real stories of resurgence. By listening, you're contributing to the movement, the ReSoul Revolution.